All right, here we go. Here we go. Aswand Cruickshank here, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, former Division I college football player, and current five-time published author and educator, back for another Wintrapreneur Wednesday. For another Wintrapreneur Wednesday. If you are not familiar with the term Wintrapreneur, basically what it means is it's taking the entrepreneurship mindset and it's applying it to whatever job you may be currently having. If you are blessed enough to be in a situation where you have the vision of an entrepreneur, you have the drive and determination of an entrepreneur. However, you also do have a job and you've been lucky enough to find a situation in which you've been able to align that job with your overall vision. That is what yours truly has coined the term Wintrapreneur. Again, you could look across the internet, you look everywhere, you could look wherever it is you normally look for your information. Yours truly is the only one that is talking about being a Wintrapreneur. It's my phrase. I'm coining it. In fact, do expect for book number 6 to be about me diving into the concept of being a Wintrapreneur. In fact, one of the talks that I do give when I go and give workshops and keynotes to businesses and stuff like that, it's about teaching your staff how to think like a Wintrapreneur. Again, the term is normally intrapreneur, but seeing that I have a sports background, I've basically taken that in, added a W to it, and have coined the term Wintrapreneur. All right. So do this every single Wednesday here speaking, and I'm nice calm tone. Normally on this channel, you guys see me right after a run and I'm sweating, I'm all energetic, I'm all over the place. So, I figured since I have so much experience as a wintrapreneur, I'm going to kind of just chat with you guys in a more of a relaxed tone and just just kind of give you the real, man, give you what it's all about. So before I get into the actual tip, before I get into the actual tip, got to send you to makeyourmove.com. I understand. Makeyourmove.com and go get you an NIL bundle. NIL bundle. You see what's going on in college football. I called it. I told you guys last year. All right. Since NIL, you're speaking to someone who is very active in the NIL world. I myself have done several deals with players. And again, you see what's going on when it comes to things being promised, communication not being there, players being told this, players being told that. I have a huge take on the quarterback from UNLV and what my thoughts on that and all that kind of stuff. I'll be getting to that as soon as possible. In fact, by the time this comes out, I would have already given my thoughts on that. So I haven't come up with the title for it yet, but I'll be recording it tomorrow. And I do this. I record all the time. All right. So anyway, before I get into all of that, I want you to, because I'm going to be getting into all that, I want you to go to makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com and get you an NIL bundle. The NIL bundle includes these 3 books. All right. First one, The Six-Figure Athlete, Converting Your Skills into Cash. I partnered with 10 other authors on this book, and the main takeaway, the main thing you have to understand about this book, especially given the season of NIL and the transfer portal and everything that we have going on now, is you are always one injury away. Hear me closely. You're always one injury away from your entire athletic playing career being over. It's important that you know how you can use the small window you have to be an athlete to figure out how to generate cash and convert those skills that you have into cash. All right. So that's the Six-Figure Athlete. Also, you'll be getting Make Your Move. All right. Unique look into boxing, dance, and entrepreneurship. Myself as a boxing trainer, football player, boxing trainer, and someone that has had the rare opportunity to see the connection between boxing and dance and other sports and stuff like that. I also wrote a book making the bold claim that boxing and dance are the best things that you can be doing to prepare for whatever your number one sport is. All right. Final book you'll be getting in the bundle, Transferring D1. All right, a practical guide on how to navigate the chaotic world of college athletics. You see, when I say chaotic world, I should have an exclamation point on this word. It's absolute chaos. I wrote this book an entire year ago from me recording this. Well, little under a year ago from me recording this. And we see the mess that college football is becoming every single day. Every single day, you get, verbal agreements. What the fuck is a verbal agreement from a kid, and then all of a sudden they're not playing, even though the team's doing well. It's an absolute mess. It's important that we guide these young athletes and these young coaches on how to navigate this chaos and have them making sure they understand that college football is a business. It's a business now, and you have to understand the business as you're going about it. You have to know exactly what your intentions are and what it is you want from each school. I have laid out a very, very solid blueprint in this book that is going to solve a lot of the problems that we see in the NIL world, in the college athletics world, and just how flimsy it actually is. All right. So all that's available on makeyourmove.com, transferring D1. Make your move and the six-figure athlete. Go to makeyourmove.com and go to shop and click the NIL athlete bundle. All right. So all that being said, let's get into today's Wintrapreneur tip. All right. So much of what being a wintrapreneur is about, so much of what being an entrepreneur is about, so much about being a valuable employee is about. It's actually about taking the initiative, all right, doing the things that you are not asked to do, but however, you're going to do it because it's coming from a place in which you want to be successful. It's coming from a place in which you have this burning desire in you to help a situation, to solve a problem, even though you're not getting paid. All right. So, give you an example. So, my 2 years of coaching high school football were all volunteer. Never got any money for actually coaching high school football in the 2 seasons that I coached high school football. All right. What I was actually doing during the time, one of the jobs, and I had a bunch of, contract jobs, whether it's FBU, one-on-one basketball. There was a ton of little things that I was doing to make sure I could, obviously get to practice and all that kind of stuff. So, one of the companies that I was a trainer of, I was like a private coach for this company named One-on-One Basketball. And the way they worked is they basically were an after school program in which they had contracts with certain schools where me as the coach would go and teach sports to certain schools and stuff like that, right? So I was doing that throughout my time as a high school football coach, especially for that first year. So the first year in which I coached high school football was at a school in Silver Spring, Maryland named Blake High School. And it just so happened to be the first year of the head coach. He's no longer there anymore, but his name is Coach Deshaun Anderson. I think he retired a couple years ago. All right. So what happened was I really got into this job. Like I really got into doing it because, my hometown, Silver Spring, Maryland. I grew up right there. The high school I went to, Good Counsel High School, which was like my identity. A lot of the reason people know who I am is because of what I was able to accomplish at Good Counsel and the powerhouse they became and all that kind of stuff, right? So, I really got into the role for a long time. I was trying to avoid having to be a high school football coach because I didn't want to have to actually teach and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to be full time in the business, whether it's the collegiate level or at the pro level. That was where my mindset actually was. But to be 100% honest with you, coaching high school football was a very, very rewarding feeling. If there was structure in the football business world, again, high school football coaching, it's an excellent, excellent thing to do. I strongly recommend you do it if you can make it feasible and do it. And if you can make it feasible, it's an incredibly, incredibly rewarding experience. All right. So anyway, one of the things about the other job with one-on-one basketball is I'd be driving all around the area. They did contracts with schools in Virginia, DC, and Maryland. So wherever it was that I had to go, whatever school it is I had to go teach whatever sports class it was, I just had to get there at the end of school, teach the class, roll out the practice. That's kind of how it worked, right? So I remember one time it was actually in Georgetown, and this is in the DC metropolitan area. And this is like right after school. So I knew the traffic was going to be crazy. I knew the traffic was going to be absolutely intense, especially at that hour, trying to, get to the school and dealing with parking and all that. So what I actually decided to do was I decided to get to Georgetown a little bit earlier before I was actually scheduled to coach them or whatever, and, find a nice park and not have to deal with traffic and maybe do some networking throughout the day and all that kind of stuff. So here's what happened. And here's the point that I want to get you to when it comes to taking initiative, when it comes to actually being involved, and when it comes to you becoming a valuable employee, you becoming someone that a coach or a boss or an exec, whoever's higher up on you, you're doing things without them having to tell you. Now, granted, you might step on some toes depending on the situation, but knowing that you have the ability to do it and you're going to go out and make certain connections, this is all what entrepreneurship is all about, right? So it just so happened that I had some time to kill, like I said, in Georgetown, and Georgetown University, the big school, the school in the Patriot League. They're primarily known for basketball, but they do have a football team that competes in the Patriot League, which is high academic standards, right? So because I had some time to kill there, I decided to take the initiative and walk into the football coach's office. Just randomly walked in there and said, "Hey, I'm a coach at Blake High School. We got a brand new coach or whatever, and we're trying to build some things, just seeing who the guy is to contact when it comes to recruiting and all that kind of stuff." And immediately they found the local recruiter and me, again, his name, I'm blanking on his name, but he and I, exchanged contact information. We shook hands, all that kind of stuff. He gave me a card and I took a picture of the card and I put it in the group chat for the coaches that the high school coaches that I was a part of, the group chat that I was a part of with all the high school coaches from Blake and all that. And he knew that the coach was brand new and the connection wasn't made, and I was able to be the middleman between that connection and all that kind of stuff. And I'm bringing all this up because when you apply it, when you decide that you're really passionate about something, when you decide you want to show that you can take initiative and make impressions and build relationships and connect people, that's when you yourself is going to develop the confidence to go and branch out on your own and build whatever it is you need to build on your own. And you are essentially not going to have to, be dependent on a boss or be dependent on somebody paying you or a boss. If you do, again, if you are an entrepreneur, then you probably like your job. You like the way your business and your job collide. You will be somebody that your boss now appreciates and they trust with major product projects. And now you create value in the workplace. These are the things that you have to be doing on your own. You've got to make sure initiative is taken on a regular basis whenever the opportunity presents itself. That's really the element to it. And I have, as you guys know, this is, I believe, episode 21 or something like that. I do this every single week because I can think of example after example after example after example in which I've had a job to do, which I've been a part of some sort of a staff in which I go and I take the initiative to make this connection and make this connection happen. Now, did we necessarily at that point, and I'll close you out just by thinking this with this mindset, at Blake High School, we didn't have anybody that had any ability to play at Georgetown. All right. We didn't have anybody academically or athletically. Most of the guys that we had were D3 guys. I think we had a few, D1 guys, but in terms of academics and athletics that had it together, if you looked at our roster, none of them were Georgetown material. It didn't stop me. It didn't stop me from going and making the connection because you just never know where that connection leads. And ultimately, too, it gives you those people skills, those soft skills in which you can go and introduce yourself to people and let it be known that you're the person that you need to be connecting with. It's confidence building. These are things you can control. These are the things that you can be going out and doing every single day in order to build your business. Do not let a day go by where you're not doing something in which you're getting out of your comfort zone, which you're meeting someone new, which you're just doing some outreach. Whatever it is, you're either getting better or you're getting worse every single day. All right. You're not staying the same, contrary to what the world likes to insinuate and what they kind of like to indirectly tell you about, living. Every single day, it's either you're getting better or you're getting worse. Choose to get better today. All right. All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, it's makeyourmove.com. That's makeYamove.com. I would love to come to your business establishment, come teach your staff how to think like entrepreneurs, excuse me, put on a professional development workshop and really see your staff flourish. One of the guarantees that I have is that once you've done a workshop with me, business owner, to whatever business owner may be listening to this, once you've done a workshop with me, your staff now will be moving and have the mindset of a championship high school football team where everybody is dedicated, they get resources, they're people that are coming in hungry and they want to do the work, they want to get better, and they want to win every single day as a team, though. not necessarily just winning on their own, which again is it's important to grasp this concept of winning on your own, but it's more so important to teach people how to win as a team. Got to win as a team. Got to win as an organization. You got to win as a staff. When you get everybody understanding their strengths, everybody understanding their weaknesses, everybody understanding their roles, everyone seeing how their role is just important as this person's role. When you get everybody in there, just getting it and figuring out, you will have a company that moves forward significantly towards your goals. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen over and over and over again. So I'd love to come in and teach a workshop, teach a professional development workshop on that, or deliver a keynote at whatever events you may be having in which I can speak to your staff about a lot of these things. So I'll give you the website one more time. It's makeyourmove.com. That's makeyaamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.